So welcome back. One of the biggest impacts of principle was that it's a principle that says think always that there is something that you are overviewing. This will have a huge impact on your decisions. I really found this out, I don't know when, but it always helped me in every job. Because, I'm in communication with others, and I, as a project manager, many times I had to ask for informations, and I had also some people to tell them what to do. So they had to do their part and to order some things. And so I told them they had to have to do it. How many times I was mistaken because I didn't know that there was kind of different rules. And so how many times in life we're always thinking we know everything. But to be honest, there are for everything so much wisdom, and normally to do our job it's enough to know 10-20% out of it. We don't know everything, but all the rest has also impact. And so when I asked for something because it was not done, I always spoke with my colleague in a way that maybe I'm mistaking. Maybe there are some informations that I'm overviewing. Because if I would mistaking and I would be harsh with them, then this would disturb the connection, and also I would had to be in shame if it was my fault. So I always implied that maybe I'm overviewing something, I'm mistaking, and I asked them. Well, why didn't it happen? I was supposing that that's the way things are. And so when they were mistaking, they apologized and they did it straight away. If I was mistaking, they could say they would correct me, so I could learn. But in the same way, in this same moment, they were really happy because I said he didn't insulted me, but he asked in a kind way. So it's about be kind instead of trying to get through with your ego, always trying to be right. You're not learning by this method. You always have to be open. This opened me so many doors, while my colleagues always had problems because they insisted of being right. Even if they were right, that's not bringing you far. Always thinking that you're mistaking brings you having a mindset and thinking that, well, what can I learn? So you go with an open mind. Always be willing to learn and adapt more. And so increasing your knowledge so that you have not 20%, but 30 and 40%. A good example is, and I think in politics, how many times, if you're really interested, there's just one position from the government where there are in many countries the journalism isn't really right. They just say what the government want them to say. So you have just limited information about how the reaction, how things are really are. And in many cases, we not have the possibility. We are not there to see how things are. So the more you're getting in a discussion with somebody who has an opposite opinion, you are becoming aware of how many things you don't know. And this is the same way that it is in our normal life. Too many things we don't know. So always take yourself a little bit back. Instead of always thinking that you're right, it's more about being self-aware, but also open to find to know that maybe you're mistaking, and open to learn new things. Let's get to the next principle. Really important. Don't take things personally. Very connected to the other subject. How many times, since we are not getting through the world, always being conscious, maybe open and aware, but not being conscious. How could you? If you live in the moment, you're not living in the past, you're not living in the future. So somebody can say something and you get offended because you take it personally. Always happen, always will happen. The thing is how we learn from it. And sometimes, there are two kind of persons in the world, and they are the one who always want to be right and have the ego. So it doesn't matter how right you are. With logic, you will not win. My teacher told me if it would be a question of logic, you would not have this discussion. So this really helped me, seeing that if something that is so logical for you is not for the other, it doesn't help discussing. It's just let it go. Don't care for it. It doesn't diminish your value on the market. Instead, by just let it go, maybe the other person will become aware that he was mistaken, and he will be grateful that you didn't try to make a fool out of him. From the other side, if people are making fun of you, there was a great quote from Vera Birkenbiel, who said, if people are laughing with you and you laugh with them, you're taking the power out of them. So they're trying to make you fool, putting you in the middle and putting the finger of them. But if you laugh with them, you're taking all the power and diminish them in the same moment. So they will not even try a second time to make fool of you again. Just laugh with them. Very great principle. So we almost at the end. There are two more. The one is let go of. It's kind of similar with the one that I said previous, but here's the difference, that accept your limitations. And sometimes we are just like, we're trying to find a solution. We don't find the solution. We always trying again and again and again. This was Einstein saying, with always with the same thing, trying to find a different result. It's not possible. And although it's frustrating, the more you accept and say, okay, that's not the way it's working. And it's like what I said also before, help me accept the things I can't change. Suddenly, your whole mindset will change. Because instead of always, trying to punch the other person, you're making a back step. And then you have a different corner on which you see things. And suddenly, you become aware of, oh, this is the way I have to react. It's just getting out of this spin where you're doing the same things over and over again. You have to get a new position, and that's it. So accept that sometimes you can't find it. The more you try to pursue it, the more you drifted away. But the more you accept it, the easier it comes to you. I think it was a quote of Neil Donald Walsh, who said, the more you resist, the more it persists. If you look at it, it disappears. So not the force, just take it easy. And the last but not least, this had also such a huge impact, if not depending from others. But I mean it here in a different way. Too many times, that I said before, from becoming independent. Too many times in our life, we're building a relationship, especially with our partner, where we think, well, now he has this that he can give me, so I give him that. So it's more kind of a change in a relationship that is more that a kind of bargain, and I'm giving you something, giving me something. I think relationship must be based on love, because I like you as a person. I like to be close to you because you have some positive impact. Not in a way that I'm depending from you. It's more like what Wayne Dyer said. I like to also to enjoy richness and luxury, but I'm not depending myself from it. So even if I don't have it, I have still to be somebody. A person who is independent, who knows I can survive also on my own. If you start a relationship because you like this person, and also he likes that you are part of them, then it's a great relationship. Then you don't try really to change him in his character, but you accept it as the way, in the same way that there are things that are part of you, maybe not so lovable, but still that's you. Everybody has good and bad attitudes, and it's not always easy on some takes. So that's the way we are, and the bad things always bring also something positive. The much easier it is for us to accept if we take people as they are. Don't try to change them. Try to see what is inside of them that really makes you happy. And look that also the things you don't like in them are part who are creating this. This is what Nidal Walsh said, that to love other people, it's not to hug everybody and see them as they are, your brother or your sister. It's more like accepting everybody as they are. Leave them. Some people that want to be hugged, others that don't. You don't have to love them in the kind that you're always there to support them. Just accept them and always look, as you have limited vision of some things, they have also their limitations. Help them to become aware of them, help them go through this. This is more that we need in life, as something that we share more together, destroying the illusion that we are separate from each other, then we are more connected to each other than we know. This is creating, what Einstein said, a view of the world that is more a world where it's not a hostile world, but a friendly world, by looking at all of these people who are helping each other. Be the one who is the example, like Gandhi said, for the world, to create, helping to shift, make the shift in the world, creating a world that you really like. I hope you enjoyed this. I thank you very much so much for supporting me, for every one of you who supported me so far. Maybe I will create a new project. I will inform you, and we'll be happy to respond. Take care. Be blessed. Live with power, live fully, and enjoy life. Till then, bye-bye.